Hey, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory. It goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Kradash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Brakathum to the hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. In today's video, it's going to be entitled, "The Truth is Repetitive because People Are Always Learning." And this is just a spiritual thought, spiritual video, because, once you get accustomed, once you get, I wouldn't say used to teaching, but once you get comfortable with teaching, you realize a lot of the things that you do videos on or things that you speak on at camp, it gets repetitive. But that's not a bad thing, because the saying is repetition is the master of learning. So the more you go over something, the more it's going to be in you. So let's deal with that point first, because in the time of Jacob's trouble, who's to say that you're going to have a KJV with the Apocrypha? Who's to say that you're going to be able to stop and pull out your favorite precept while you're, being a pilgrim upon the earth, while you're maneuvering around the earth, while you're trying to find stable living conditions, trying to find something to eat. All things are going, breaking loose. All hell is breaking loose. So that is, the first reason why, the truth is repetitive, because you want this thing to be in you, man. You don't want to have no doubt in your mind that the Bible is true, that YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI is real, and that the angels are looking over you. And how do you do that? It's by having that book in you. Scripture will pop into your mind in a given situation. Ultimately, things, when things do get bad, you won't need to rely on it. Because hey, you've been into it. But the real title of the video is because people is always learning. So, let's take Apostle Har, for example. How many times do you think that he's been over Revelation 13 and 16? How many times do you think he's, because he's been in the truth 30 plus years. How many times do you think that he's giving out the RFID microchip breakdown? How many times do you think he's giving out the breakdown on the Israelite foreigners? You see, and this man's doing this thing for 30 years, but hey, the fruit is always increased. The fruit has always grown because he stayed diligent. One thing you don't want to happen is for you to get bored with this truth, man. And when dudes get bored, they start thinking the gimmicks. When dudes get bored, they start switching up the breakdown. You see what I'm saying? And that's where you have a lot of Israelite groups today, is that they get they get a basic foundation. They get the basic understanding of the truth, but it's not deep enough for them. It doesn't make them seem deep enough, because they've been pulling out the same scriptures, same precepts over and over. Now they start, thinking of other stuff, like, what else can we go into? Can we start? Let's start going into the tribe of Dan. Let's say that Hebrews isn't the word of the Most High. Let's say you ain't gotta exalt YAHAWASHI. Maybe we can think of some other breakdowns for that. You see? That's the problem, man. When it comes to this thing, the scriptures speak on the simplicity of YAHAWASHI. So once you get a good footing in this truth, it's basically a game of endurance. It's basically a game of remaining diligent and remaining on fire. Because as I said, some of the same scripture you want to go over and over. How many times we went over Isaiah 33 and 6? Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of times and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. How many times we've been over Isaiah 4:1? You know, how many times we've been over Revelation 18, 1 through about 6? How many times we've been over Revelation 13:10, Revelation 13:16? But it don't get old, you know, because you have to think of it from the perspective of somebody who never heard the truth, man. You understand? I never heard Revelation 13:10. Nobody ever brought that out in the church. But when I heard the apostles and elders bring that out and they was breaking it down, that shit blew my mind. Not shit, but hey, that breakdown, that revelation blew my mind. I'm like, what? You know, they going in the book of Obadiah. They talking about Edom. You know, dudes get tired of breaking down who the Edomites are. Now they saying the Edomites is done away. Nah, man, you can't get tired of that. You can't get tired of exposing this devil. You can't get tired of telling your people who they are. It's because people are always learning, man. More now than ever. Because, you know, the real fruit, as the apostles been saying, it's on the internet now, man. It's on the internet. And you know, us out here in Kansas City, you know, we don't really, you know, we got a brother on the other side of the line, but he's been out for almost 2 years now. So, you know, we don't really have that much fruit as far as on the other side. But hey, our camp channel does good numbers. So that means we continue have to be in that teaching mode, because you never know who's going to run across your channel. You never know who's going to be listening, man. Who the Most High is going to wake up and have them run into GMS videos. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody does run across a GMS video, you want to be saying the same things that the apostles is saying, that brothers in Chicago is saying, that brothers in Dallas is saying, brothers in Houston, brothers in LA, Miami, you know, all the other camps. Scriptures speak of that we all say the same thing. And the things that we say, they get repetitive. They get repetitive. And if you are one if you getting tired of breaking down what the MOTB is, if you getting tired of going into Isaiah 4:1, you know what I'm saying? If you getting tired of going into the scriptures that we, you know, go into, and that we that the Most High the Most High directs us to edify the elect, hey man, you might need to go to these other camps. You might need to join ITR or something, man. Maybe you can get a more excitement from them, man. Because as far as GMS, the curriculum is already set, man. The curriculum is already set. You know, think of it as like an elementary school teacher. How many years? Let's say a elementary school teacher. Let's say like 3rd grade. How many times has she taught multiplication tables? You know, how many times has she taught English lessons that keep going over and over and over? But they don't get bored because they know the importance of their job. They know that the younger generation needs that education. You see? So you can't think of it from a self-centered mindset like, damn, here we go again, going into Isaiah 4:1. You know, I don't know why. I just keep using that as an example. You know, here we go again, talk about multiple wives. Here we go again, going into Esau. Hey man, this is top level knowledge, man. And it don't need to be, you don't need to go ultra deep, man. Because the Most High is going to give the increase. The Most High is going to open the ears and eyes of the ones who believe, man. You know, you don't have to go out of your way for Jake to get it. You see what I'm saying? Because hey, the apostles didn't go out their way. You know, on my other channel, Timeless Wisdom GMS, hey, those breakdowns are really simple. They're really plain. You know, Habakkuk 2, write the vision, make it plain upon tables. See what I'm saying? You don't have to do too much, but you do have to understand that it's going to be repetitive. You do have to understand that things you say, you probably said it 10 times throughout the year, but as the video is, people is always learning, man. But with that, Lord willing, this edifying, all praises, honor, and glory, it goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bracket thumb to the full Shalom.